Prolonged legal battles, relentless protests, and encountering resistance from esteemed racers due to its unattractive design, the creation of the Miami International Autodrome demanded substantial time and dedication. How was the pivotal deal brokered to greenlight the construction of the Miami International Autodrome? In today's video, we discuss the extensive list of hurdles this special circuit overcame before earning the honor of hosting the Miami Grand Prix. Despite the initial challenges, it has emerged as one of the most contemporary and demanding Formula One circuits featured on the 2024 calendar. The Autodrome's inception was one with grueling obstacles, even leading to the postponement of a Grand Prix event. Miami's relationship with history dates back to the 1960s when the street racing scene was at its peak in the city. A couple of decades later, the city streets also saw IndyCar races and sports car events. Finally, a racecourse was inaugurated in Miami-Dade County, and eventually, the races moved out of the downtown streets. Since the 1980s, Miami developers have been in contact with Bernie Ecclestone, touching on the possibility of bringing the Formula One scene into the city. However, the talks did not bear fruit, despite rumors being spread about a waterfront course. It was in 2015 when finally, a temporary course was unveiled in the city around the American Airlines Arena. The 1.4-mile short course hosted the Formula E Championship, which only increased the demand for Formula One among the locals. This time around, Formula One bosses and organizers of the Miami racing scene got into serious talks, determined to bring Formula One to the city with a racing experience like never before. At the start of 2018, Liberty Media, the new owners of Formula One, officially announced that an event would be held in Miami in the same year. For 2 months, planning was done, and by early May of 2018, an official Formula One race was announced to be held in October 2019. Although it was not being held in 2018 as promised, racing enthusiasts could not care less and were ecstatic to hear that Formula One was finally coming to Miami. To design the new circuit, Apex Circuit Designs was hired as the main architect. The Apex Circuit Designs team worked in harmony with Formula One and the event promoters to build a circuit in the downtown area of Miami. The temporary circuit would start from the Bayfront Park and head out along the waterfront towards the Port Boulevard Bridge and Dodge Island before heading back to the starting point. While it seemed like a good layout, Formula One enthusiasts did not seem to agree. The local residents were utterly disappointed in the design, and to make things worse, Formula One legend Lewis Hamilton also expressed his disappointment with the layout. The bitter reviews and hurtful words meant a great deal, especially to the Apex Circuit Designs team. But the problems were just starting with everyone. Within a few days of the initial layout, the Biscayne Neighborhoods Association came out to protest against the circuit. They asserted that nobody had communicated to them about the circuit prior to the official announcement, and if the circuit was built, it would automatically result in increased costs and bills for the association. But Formula One did not pay much heed to the protest. Instead, they announced in July 2018 that a 10-year contract would be signed with the Miami City Commission soon, which would also include a clause for hosting the races for another 10 years. However, the contract was not like any other since this agreement included no hosting fee for the circuit. As soon as this news broke out, organizers of Formula One races globally were infuriated since they had to pay hefty fees for every single race. Inevitably, the Miami City Commissions backed off due to the heightened controversy, and the 2019 race was postponed. In April of that year, all hopes of the race being held successfully were lost. The opposing citizens and locals had closed down several fronts. Ultimately, Formula One and the city were forced to take a new approach. Amidst the confusion and hardship, Stephen Ross, the owner of the Hard Rock Stadium and one of the prime movers of the 2019 race, stepped up and offered his stadium for the circuit. Located in the downtown area, the stadium was a perfect location, and the Apex team made several visits for weeks to make different track configurations and designs. Over 75 designs were made, which were eventually dropped down to 36. It was announced that 199th Street would be used partially in the circuit. However, residents recorded their protest against the possible noise, traffic disruption, and cost once again. Furthermore, the Miami Garden residents sued Miami-Dade County as well as Mayor Carlos Jimenez around the same time. All the factors made the situation more and more difficult, and before any solution was made, the coronavirus pandemic hit. After several negotiations and talks, a compromise deal was made between Stephen Ross and Mayor Rodney Harris. but thankfully, the circuit was allowed to be made. In April 2021, the deal was approved and the Miami Grand Prix was officially announced to be held in mid-2022. It took almost 12 months to construct the circuit, and over 24,000 tons of asphalt were used across the site to build the track. Furthermore, 1,130 tons of concrete were used for the fan zones, corporate areas, and the grandstands along with other infrastructure. The track design came with 19 turns and offered a top speed of 340 kilometers per hour. Many compared the temporary circuit to the Albert Park circuit in Melbourne, Australia, since it was a hybrid of a street and permanent circuit. The design is unique and includes an elevation change between turns 13 and 16. The track then goes over an exit ramp and leads the drivers under a series of flyovers on a bumpy surface. Additionally, both turns 14 and 15 chicane come with an uphill design and a crest in the middle of the chicane, which ultimately drops down on the exit. The track measures 5.41 kilometers and features 3 long straights where the drivers can go flat out. Each formula race is held in a 57-lap format and a total race distance of 308.326 kilometers. As of 2023, Max Verstappen holds the title for completing the fastest lap at the Miami International Autodrome. While racing in the Red Bull Racing RB19, he completed a lap in just 1 minute and 29.708 seconds at the 2023 Miami Grand Prix. Eventually, he emerged as the winner that year with 26 points and a total race time of 1 hour, 27 minutes, and 38.421 seconds. The track has 3 DRS zones and boasts a capacity of over 65,000 spectators in the grandstands. In the middle of the circuit is the massive Hard Rock Stadium, a site that only attracts more and more spectators. The pits in the Paddock Club complex are located adjacent to the north of the stadium. The permanent asphalt tracks are integrated with the parking areas around the stadium, and no public street was used as part of the agreed terms between Stephen Ross and the Miami-Dade County Mayor. As a temporary circuit, the safety features and other portable infrastructure are removed after each race, and the stadium goes back to serving its purpose as a football ground for the Miami Dolphins. After making its debut in 2022 with the Miami Grand Prix, the Miami International Autodrome has become the 11th American venue to host a round of the Formula One Championship. Its amazing location within a football stadium makes it a fan favorite, and it continues to add a unique charm to the Sunshine State. The 2024 Formula One Miami Grand Prix is scheduled to be held between the 3rd and 5th of May this year. If you're planning on attending the race, the best place to get a seat is near turns 1 and 11. However, turn 17 also offers an excellent view of the cars sprinting by. But for those who are not lucky enough to get the seats at these spots, the purpose-built venue still offers an excellent view, even from the top deck of the Hard Rock Stadium, where you can see every corner of the track for a fully immersive experience. Are you planning a trip to experience the amazing Miami Grand Prix this year? Let us know in the comments below. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon so you're notified as soon as we upload our next video. Thanks for watching.